The night Elena Harper went missing, the rain hadn't stopped for 3 days. The sky was swollen with thunder, and the air in the small town of Ashmere carried a weight, the kind that comes before something terrible happens. Elena was only 22, bright, curious, and fearless. She had gone for a short drive that evening, telling her parents she'd be home before dark. Her last message came at 7:46 p.m. Took a wrong turn, road's foggy. Think I'm near the forest. After that, silence. By midnight, her car was found at the edge of Blackthorn woods. Doors open, engine running, headlights slicing through the fog. There were footprints leading into the trees, and then nothing. For 2 days, the police searched. Dogs lost her scent after 20 meters. Locals whispered what everyone already feared. No one who entered. Blackthorn came back the same. Some never came back at all. Michael Harper and Sarah Harper refused to stop looking. On the 4th morning, they went themselves. The forest was darker than it should have been. Even at noon, the light barely touched the ground. The smell of wet leaves and decay filled the air. They called their daughter's name for hours, voices cracking, hearts breaking, until Sarah saw it, a figure hanging from a low branch. Her scream tore through the silence. Michael ran toward it and froze. It wasn't Elena, it was a doll, crudely made from twigs and mud. Its face carved into a faint, twisted smile. Around its neck hung Elena Harper's silver locket. Her initials were scratched into its chest. Sarah dropped to her knees. No, please. As the wind blew, the doll turned slowly, and a faint whisper came from nowhere. She belongs to us now. Michael stumbled back. Who's there? A rustling came from the shadows, then a voice deep and coarse. You shouldn't have come here. A man stepped out from the darkness, tall, with a tattered coat and a scar across his cheek. His eyes were sharp, glowing faintly amber in the gloom. My name's Elias Crow, he said, and you're standing in the witch's ground. Michael clenched his fists. Where's my daughter? Elias looked at the doll. If they've taken her soul, there's still a chance. But the forest demands balance. You'll need to complete 3 steps. 3 offerings end before they'll even listen. Sarah looked up, her eyes red. Tell us what to do. Elias nodded slowly. Then listen carefully, because if you fail, the forest won't give her back. It'll take you to Step 1, the heart of the forest. Elias led them through winding paths that seemed to shift behind them. Every tree looked the same, but the deeper they went, the quieter it became, as if the forest were holding its breath. Finally, they reached a small clearing. In the center stood an old stone altar covered in vines. On it lay a red crystal, glowing faintly under the fog. The bloodstone, Elias said. It's the heart of the forest. Offer your blood to awaken it. Michael hesitated. Our blood? Only then will it see you, Elias replied. Michael pulled out his pocket knife and sliced his palm. Blood dripped onto the stone. The moment it touched, the air shuddered. The trees groaned. And in the reflection of the stone, Elena Harper's face flickered for half a second. Pale, eyes wide, lips moving silently. Then it was gone. Sarah gasped. That was her. Elias nodded grimly. The forest knows you now, but that's only the first offering. Step 2, the Well of Echoes. As night fell, Elias led them to an ancient stone well. It was said that centuries ago, witches drowned anyone who dared to speak their names aloud. The second offering, he said, is the voice of the lost. Drop the doll into the well and call her name, but do not answer if she calls back. Sarah held the doll tightly. It felt warm, like it was breathing. Tears fell as she leaned over the well. Elena Harper, she whispered. Come back to us. The sound of dripping water echoed deep below. Then a voice, faint, fragile. Mom. Sarah froze. That's her. That's my baby. Elias grabbed her wrist. Don't answer. The voice grew louder, closer. Mom, it's so cold down here, please. A pale hand burst from the darkness, grabbing the edge of the well. Long black hair clung to a face that looked like Elena. But the eyes, they were wrong, black, hollow. Sarah screamed and stumbled back. The thing smiled before vanishing into the dark again. Elias whispered, the second offering is complete. Step 3, the Ashes of Truth. By midnight, they reached the final site, a hollow tree surrounded by bones. The wind moaned through its branches like a cry. Elias handed Sarah a lantern. The witches demand truth. Burn something that ties your heart to her. Something you can't replace. Only then will they decide if she's worth returning. Sarah looked at the silver locket she'd kept from the doll's neck. Inside was a photo of Elena Harper as a child. grinning with missing teeth. Her hands shook as she held it over the flame. The picture caught fire. Smoke rose. The air thickened with whispers. Then it's silence. From the shadows beyond the tree line came a soft sound. Footsteps. Elena? A figure stepped out of the mist. Wet hair, torn clothes, bare feet. Her eyes were wide, dazed, but her voice trembled. Mom, Dad? Sarah ran to her, tears streaming. She pulled her into her arms. Michael dropped to his knees. It's her. It's really her. Elias stood still, watching, his expression unreadable. You've done it, he said softly. But remember, the forest never gives without taking. That night, the Harpers brought Elena home. She barely spoke, only stared out the window with an empty expression. When Sarah asked her what she remembered, she simply said, "It was dark. They wouldn't let me leave." Days passed. She began to smile again, eat again. But at night, Sarah would wake to the sound of whispering coming from her daughter's room, words she couldn't understand. One evening, Michael found her standing barefoot in the backyard, staring at the woods. "Elena," he said gently, "what are you doing out here?" She turned slowly. Her eyes glowed faintly red under the moonlight. "They said they still need one more." Michael frowned. "What?" She smiled, the same twisted smile the wooden doll had. And from behind her, deep in the forest, 100 whispers rose at once. The next morning, the Harper house was found empty. The front door wide open. Only a single doll lay on the floor, carved with 3 names burned into its chest. Michael Harper, Sarah Harper, Elena Harper, and beneath it, written in ash, "The forest always keeps what it's owed."